Hi everybody, it's Tammy at Restitch. I'm going to show you how to make a mask, a pleated mask from the beginning. And this is the pattern style that I used. My daughter works at the hospital and she brought me this home. So this is what I used as my pattern. It's pleated, and then I just measured it with my soft tape measure from top to bottom. And it is 7 1/4. Oops. And it is 7 1/4 inches wide. So I made my own pattern, paper pattern, and I made it a 1/4 inch bigger on both sides so that I'd have a 1/4 inch for my seam. So okay, here's my pattern, and it is 7 1/2 by 7 1/2, and this is how you use it. So I lay out my fabric, and then I put the pattern down. I just cut it out. Oops. I only have one hand here. All right, I'm going to cut this side. Oops. Pattern moved a little bit, but oops. There we go. Anyway, so here's my piece. I actually got two pieces because I had the fabric like that. Okay, so this is what I use. This right here is my lining. Okay. And this is what I use for the inside lining. And again, I just use the pattern, cut it. The outside lining, which is a very good 100% tight cotton lining. So this is how I put them together. So first you have your outside layer, and then you're going to put your piece that you cut, and you're going to turn it over and put the right side towards your good lining. Okay, then you're going to put that on top of your other lining, which is going to be my inside layer. So you have 3 layers here, 1, 2, 3. And the reason you're putting this one upside down is because we are going to turn this inside out. So I'm going to stitch it together, and this is going to be the front and this will be the back, and then that'll be the inside lining. Okay, so let's take it over to the machine and I'll show you how to stitch it up. And I don't use any pins at this point. I just make sure that this is the top and this is the bottom. And then I usually turn it over. And then here's my elastic pieces, which is, I cut it right here at 6 1/4 inches. And then I need to do one more because you're going to put 2 pieces of elastic in this particular style. So this is how we're going to stitch it. I start in the middle, and I back stitch here. And I sew about to there. Then I have my elastic, and I just stitch it in the corner, and I put it between the right side and the inside of this. And I just put it like facing the corner. And then I stitch it to the end, and I back stitch back and forth several times. Okay, then at this point, I grab the elastic and I pull on it so it's sticking out of the end here. That way I don't have to hunt for it. And I just make sure everything is even here, and then I stitch about 1/4 inch all the way down, and then I slide my elastic piece in right here, and then of course I'm going to stitch back and forth again several times so that it's not going to come out. And you can see how it's kind of gathered a little bit, and that's because the elastic is pulling. So I'm just going to flatten it out with my hand and then continue to stitch all the way down the other side, stopping right before the corner. Then I'm going to put my other piece of elastic in this corner, again on the right side of the fabric there, just holding it in place. And then stitching back and forth over that elastic real good. Go ahead and turn it. And then of course you've got your elastic piece stitched in that side. So then I just kind of pull it so you can see it right here. And then I hold this end and stitch 1/4 inch. And then I put it in that corner. Back stitching, and you turn it, and then right here's where you're going to have like a little opening, so I'm only going to stitch it down about another inch, and then back stitch. Take it out, trim my threads off. And then at this point, I clip the corners all the way around. So when I turn it inside out, it's gonna be good. So then I just try to find the hole. It's down here. So and then just turn it inside out like this. And then you see you have your right side, and then you have the softer lining on the outside and the muslin cotton on the inside. Okay, so then I put my wire piece. I'm using these plastic wire. There's 2 wires in these, one in the top, one in the bottom, and it's plastic in the middle, so I can sew that with my commercial machine. So I just cut that in half, so I have about 3 inches for each one. Then I take this and I put it inside right here and just slide it up in there and kind of just work it into where the seam is. So it's nice and flat, and then I pull on these to make sure it's nice and even there. And then I pin it in, pin it, and then I usually pin this hole down here where I turned it inside out. Okay, so here you have the first stage of making a pleated mask, and I have another video that shows how to pleat the mask. So please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the bell, and you'll get new videos. Okay, thanks, and I look forward to seeing you next time.